Alright, yo, welcome back. This is Devlog number 2. Kind of impromptu, mainly because I finally put an enemy in the world. Right now he only idles, or it only idles, but it's there and I'm working on it, which is good. From the last update to this update, there's probably a lot that's changed. I've added a few systems, added a grappling hook, changed the name, Project Dark is taken. So I'm still working out what I'm going to give the name. You can probably see it on the screen. Right now it's called Why Bother, but I don't really know what I'm going to name it at this point. I'll figure that out as the game develops. Let's jump into it real quick. I'm going to let you hear the voice a little bit, but the controls are all different than the voice since I recorded that, so I'll just let you hear kind of the voice, but I might change the voice as well. We'll see.
Hello and welcome. Today, you find yourself in a pickle of sorts. You see, you've entered the mind, a space that was just for me. Before I ask that you do anything, let me inform you of how to move. You see, in this world we use...
So that's the voice. It goes on to explain the controls. Originally, I thought maybe I'd explain the controls to the player because not everyone knows how to play games. But in the beginning here, I've actually kind of changed that up where now instead of explaining it, you more or less have to agree to the controls of the world in order to move forward. And by that, I mean you have to press enter to begin the tutorial or the menu level. And then once you make it out of the menu level, obviously that won't happen. But in the menu level, you have to agree or acknowledge the controls. So to show you around a little bit, I got more going on over here. We got lava. We got some interesting saw blades. They will kill you, just to show you they do kill you. I now have a kill animation or a death loop so that when you die, you come back to the main menu. Again, because this is the main menu. Again, because, sorry, that jumped in. I was trying to cut that off. But because it's the main menu, that'll requeue. I gotta make a save system so it doesn't requeue the voice once you've already heard it, but I also might remove it, so we'll see. But as you can see, that stuff kills you. I also added the ability to control objects more like Portal. Before they weren't. I think in the previous video or previous devlog there was it wasn't turning with your view. Now it does. You can drop it, you can pick it back up, you can throw it. You can also take the object, which I actually like this ability. You can take the object and freeze it in midair with right click. I think this is going to have a lot to do with the puzzling portion of the game. Being able to create your own, essentially, platforms. If I could actually jump, you'd see what I'm talking about. You'd be able to create platforms and walk across them and then move a platform and essentially create your own bridges and other things like that. These, sorry, I'm talking quick. I don't want to take up too much time on people, but these orbs, they will kill you as well. They won't kill you on the outside contact, but if you contact the inner circle of it, it will kill you. So here you can see we can move more stuff around. Ramps, we can freeze the ramps as well. We can unfreeze it just by grabbing it and releasing it. I've added this new enemy in here. He's my favorite little dude. Well, he's not little, he's kind of big to be honest. This is what he looks like. Meant to be kind of creepy, kind of funny. We'll see how he plays out in the game. I might make him a little bit shorter, but I also really like how tall he is, because if you're running away and you look back at him, like, you have to look up a little bit at him, which is kind of intimidating. Right now, this tutorial room just says next level at the top right, or level on your screen, because I have to expand the screen for recording, but it says next level at the top left, which is cool. It lets me know that the door is working. Here, it's obvious, you can't go through the level here. Then we got some buttons. These are also physics objects, but currently they're not actually moving unless you pick something up. I haven't tagged them yet. I don't know if I want to make them controllable like the white blocks, or if I just want them to be physics. I also added these crystals in here. I really like the way the crystals just came out. They look cool. Weird dude standing in front of it. Anyways, we got this button right here I've added to the game, which is kind of a, it's just kind of like a nod to other games that do this. Portal, Corridor, things like that do things where it's like you find the button, you click the button, etc. This is my way. I like kind of making it real simple because it makes it look goofy to a degree. So it's like kind of scary, dark, weird, but also goofy. So here, if you walk up, press E, it'll take you here. A little bit of humor, you're here. Thought that was funny, kind of like a mall. You're in the next room. Got some interesting stuff. Oh, I almost forgot. We also have the zoom function. So if you're wondering if something's over there, you'll be able to zoom a little bit better, check things out. And if you zoom in on something right in front of your face, it's just big. But that's kind of a way to give the player a little bit more to see, a little bit more to mess with. You jump up here, you can zoom in, see there's like a weird X there. Tinkering with the idea of like messing with stuff. Previously, I could shoot through here and teleport. I took out that teleport for a button teleport, which I like more. It'll be more interesting for gameplay. I kind of like the way this roof in this room came out. Then you're supposed to find the way out of here. This is tutorial level, so it's not that big of a deal, but come back here, you can see button there. I gotta fix that. I don't really want that noise where it's like colliding, but then it teleports you here. Again, this is more humor of the game that I'm starting to just mess around with, which is like kind of messing with the player. It's kind of like me versus them. So now you're here, it's kind of like being like, haha, you press the button and now you're here. So like you've moved forward, but I'm messing with you. So you can walk through here. These things again will kill you and reset you. Most of the levels I'm probably going to treat as hard resets, but I might do some sort of checkpoint system, but more than likely it'll be hard resetting the level. So you can also double jump these, and then you could jump over this. You can double jump up here through this section kind of forces you to double jump, but you can also not double jump it if you don't pay attention to the double jump function. You could move this over and then just walk up and jump. Here it's pretty obvious, there's a button there, so naturally people are going to want to push it, right? Well, you walk up to it, can't, so you got to move this. If you press it, like I just did with E while holding that, it moves you across the room. And it will teleport you while holding. I got to fix that. As you can see here, if I teleport, I still have the object that I'm holding. We'll see if it does it again, where it comes back, because it probably went across the wall. Well, it's probably on the other side of that wall because it glitched, because it teleported with me. Anyways, this is just a mess with the player. It's kind of like, hey, you teleported, you're in front of a wall. It just like sends you across the room as a joke. The actual way, you got to start looking around. You can see these things also can go through the walls when you grab them, which I don't like. Need to figure out a way to fix that. You can see it's right here. But you can see the button up there. So if you grab this button, you come out here. This is the old teleporter. And then we got our little fences I'm working with and trying to mess with style here. Added some more crystals along here. I like the way the crystals came out. They look like they match the scene, but they also are good at casting reflections, which is a goal of mine. And then yeah, it's just kind of working itself out. Again, with these you can put them in the air and push them over and kind of create your own platforms. And then if you pick them up and release them, then you can change their size or how they're oriented. And that's one way to do things. You can also just use them to get on top of things and kind of cheat the level depending on how you like to play the game. So like here I could say move it down a little bit, and then now I can walk up it because it's at a lower slant, jump on top of here, and I can walk around on top. Now the whole point of this is a lot like Portal. You need to get, I shouldn't say just Portal, it's a lot like any game. You have to get a key to trigger a box. You can trigger it yourself if you find it, so you can locate the door, but you can also trigger it with a box. So here I need to go through that door, but I can't go through it without actually hitting or having the key. So there's a key on the map that I need to get. that's part of the fun that we get to do as the players. Find that, solving puzzles or solving the way to get there. There's different ways to get there. Let's see if I can get there through this. This is a little bit more difficult. It takes you here, and then you got to use your double jump feature to land on this one. Then you got to guide it to this one. Then you got to hold back to hit this one. And we did it. Sometimes I don't make that. Another way to get up here is jump over those buildings. If you jump over the buildings, like I did before, on top of them, and you come to this side, there's another alternate path to get here. And then you can double jump on. It boosts you up. And then here we can grab our key. And we can return back to where we need to go. Now again, this is just the tutorial level, so it's pretty simple and easy. I say it's simple. Some people might think this is hard. Who knows? And then you put that on the key. All you have to do is drop it on there. Boom. You got the door lit up. And then there's another path right here. I'm kind of tinkering with how to maneuver the player. And once you hit those, you hit here. And you think you're going somewhere important. I might screw with people. Who knows? We'll see how the game goes. But in this case, nothing here. But good job. You made it. So you never know, I might do that and then actually have a path over here or hidden something, but then they don't think they did anything, so they just come back this way. We'll see. We'll see. That's the fun of game design. I don't really know where I'm going with it, but I know I'm trying to create something fun. And I do have grappling in here. Lastly, I do have grappling, and I'm saying that aggressive. I do have grappling in the game. Not exactly like Spider-Man, but it definitely lets you fly around, and not fly, but it lets you like move very drastically in the game. And that's what these pillars were for. As you can see, like when you fly through the air, there's a pillar here, and this whole dark world has like tons of pillars in them that I've developed. Like you can see them out there if you look way off in the distance. And that's for that purpose I created the world, just to be able to have a template of pillars everywhere, and then we could fly around and create more worlds and levels. But for now, they'll just function as backdrop because I'm gonna kind of control when we get to use the grappling hook. I don't want to be just flying through the air all the time, but I also don't want to just not fly through the air, because flying through the air can be kind of cool. I like these little arrows, they're fun to mess around with. Also, this red will kill you on top, just like anything that's red pretty much will kill you. So if it's red, it'll kill you. Be careful of that. And then,
Hello and welcome.
let's cue that off. Sorry, that's a little loud. It's for the purpose of surprising the player. Again, I might take it out. But that's where the game's at right now. Project Why Bother is the name of it. For now, I don't really know if that's going to stay the name. We'll see. But I really like how this guy came out. Starting to figure out how to make enemies and goofy things. I've got more animations for him. I'm currently setting him up to be able to surprise you. He's kind of gonna be like a hidden in places you don't expect, jump out and chase you type of character. But yeah, that's how he looks. Kind of creepy, kind of funny. It's kind of the goal of the game. Anyways, I hope you like it. That was Devlog number 2 for the game. Why Bother's the current name of it, but I'll lock in a name so that I can really promote it as I move into the future, but for now we'll just go along with Why Bother. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. That's my game. Later.